Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I hope all of you are fine and studying at home and giving due time to your studies for preparing well for your upcoming tests and board exam. In our last lesson, we were actually going through the symptoms or signs, how you are going to identify that a computer has been infected because of the virus or malware attack. So, what are these different symptoms we are going through this? We said that number one point is that computer program disappears from its memory, especially if there is no known removal of the program. Means we are running one program and suddenly it disappears or it is removed. You did not close it, but automatically it is closed. Number two, unfamiliar music or sound unexpectedly starts playing through the speakers or even sound from internal speaker. So this also shows that there is some kind of virus attack. Icons appear on the desktop unrelated to any program that are currently being installed, or new icons seem to appear when no software has been installed. You can see some different icon with whom you are not familiar. You don't know about that particular program. When you installed it, you don't know about it, but automatically it came to your desktop and it is visible on your desktop, and you are surprised to see that particular application, that who installed it, when it was installed. I did not install it. So that is basically a symptom, a sign that shows that your computer is basically at risk. Okay, now if we come to the next point, we can see over here some more examples, the signs. An antivirus program will not run, or a new one will not install properly. Means if you are if you have already got one good antivirus, it is not working due to any reason. It is not working, and you are trying to install new antivirus. You are unable to install. You have got a good antivirus CD or DVD, and now you are trying to install it, but it is not allowing you to start the antivirus system. So that is another reason which shows that there is some kind of malware attack which is not allowing you to install a new software, to install a new antivirus specially. So this is one of the sign of the virus or malware attack. Previously installed software's antivirus program will suddenly disappear or disable and cannot be restarted. It happens that you have got one antivirus installed, but suddenly when uh, a virus attack was there and you did not know, but suddenly your antivirus was disabled. For example, normally antivirus appears in your system tray, just like you can see over here that antivirus is there and it is in working condition. But let's suppose if there is some kind of malware attack or virus attack, so in that situation you will see that your antivirus, it is one of the signs that your antivirus is not working and it has been disabled due to any reason. Files that has been recently opened suddenly have more than one extensions. It is very common thing that you will observe when you have got some malware or virus attack. You will see that your file, just like you have got a docx file, word file, it will have some other extension like docx.exe, .vbs, .ga. So there would be multiple extensions even after end of the file name. Normally what happens that a single file name has got a single extension. Just like if you click on this file and you go to its properties, you will see that its extension is .psd right now. But maybe if there is some virus attacks, then its extension would be .psd or .exe, and you will be surprised that it is a Photoshop file, how it has been converted to .exe. So it will be very much surprising for you that the extensions are being changed. Normally, the macro virus attacks the office files just like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Access files. Similarly, some other files are there which makes a single file, every single file, an executable one, and it also becomes the part of the virus. Now come towards some more things. Now, when you will see such activities just like mentioned over here, dialog boxes and menus seem to be distorted or different. Dialog boxes and menus. See the example of pop-up menu when we right click on desktop. This is a normal pop-up menu. View, sort by, refresh, paste shortcut, undo, move. I have moved one file, so that's why it is showing undo, move. And new, in new we have got folder, the new files, the softwares that I have got, I can create the new files over here. So the menu will change, menu will have some different, some new things with it, some new things which are normally not available with it. Similarly, if you talk about start menu, you will see that some changes are there in this menu, some new things are there in this menu. So this is also one of the symbol, one of the sign. Unusual error message and pop-ups. Pop-up means I am working over here and suddenly one pop-up message appears. Message box. You know message box, how message box look like? Message box basically look like a, just like when we are going to perform any activity, a pop-up box appears with OK and cancel button. That is called. So frequently you will see that unusual error messages. I am doing a normal work and it is giving me error message. I am doing a normal thing and it is giving me an error message. So what does it show? It shows that there is some kind of problem. Now, the next important thing is, you can see over here, disk drives or disks become inaccessible. You are unable to save your file or you're unable to open one particular file. For example, I have got my drive having some portions in it in my computer, just like C, D, E. I am trying to open one file, but I am unable to open that particular file. I am unable to open that particular folder. What does it show? It shows that there is some kind of virus attack, some kind of malware is there which is not allowing you to do so. An application or applications are not working correctly. Application, either you are unable to open the application, or if it is being opened, it is not working correctly. It is giving some error message, some problem. You are unable to take new file, you are unable to close one file, you are unable to have those tasks or operations that you can easily perform in that software, or it is again and again it is getting closed, all symbols. The computer is not running as well as usual, or the computer reboots on its own. I am working and suddenly my computer restarts. This is a very common sign you will observe whenever you have got such kind of virus or malware attack, that your computer restarts by itself. Okay. Then some other symbols or the signs are there. Just like computer restarts continuously, it is even not allowing you to fix the issue, to see that what is the issue. It is not allowing you even. When you start working, it restarts. When it is started, you just enter password, it restarts. So this is very extreme situation. In this situation, it is very difficult for us. We should enter at that time. We should enter in safe mode so that it should not be started. In safe mode, some particular software and some things are disabled, and then you can go and you can find out that what is basically the problem. Or you will have to reinstall the Windows by formatting the drive so that you will reinstall Windows and then you will reinstall the antivirus to protect your system. The computer locks up frequently or stops responding. Application stops responding. You can see that whenever we press Alt Control Delete, we have got this task manager. The task manager is basically uh, there to show you that what kind of task is there which is running right now. You can also go to Control Shift and by pressing the escape button, and you can see that this is basically the task manager. So over here you will see that some tasks are there which are halt whenever you have some kind of virus attack. So such kind of problems can arise. Computer looks up frequently or stops responding. Some tasks will be there that you will see that these are not responding at all. Sometimes you will see that over here at the title bar there is written program is not responding, and you are doing it properly. You have not performed any illegal operation, but even then it is not allowing you to do such kind of thing. Okay. So I think so. There isn't any issue in this problem. You have understood this thing. The computer seems to be losing processing speed. It seems that computer is getting slow. It is also one of the most common uh, issue. Although there are some other reasons as well when the computer is slow. There are some other reasons as well. But this is the most common issue that you will observe, that your computer is getting slow. Now, what kind of malwares are? What are basically the malwares? If we see over here, malicious softwares can be viruses, can be worms, can be spyware or adware. These are basically the four types. And I had asked you that I am going to ask you in your flip classroom, I will ask you that what is basically malware? What do you understand by the term malware? How you are going to define them? Have you studied? Will you please raise the hand and let me know? Okay, let me mark the attendance. So we have got from Atika Faisal up to Muhammad Ali Kashif, then up to Maria Rizwan. Okay, fine. So these are the students. Of course, if you are not available at the time of attendance, definitely your attendance will not be marked. Okay, so we should move towards the virus first. We should discuss about the virus. What is basically meant by the virus, by the term virus? When we say virus, what does it mean? Why we are calling it virus? Virus has basically come to from the biological terminology. If you remember, basically the biotechnology, biological terms are older than the modern computing terms. So basically, it has come from the bio terminologies, and you can see that virus. Sometimes we say that even right now you are able to see that COVID is also a virus that you can see is disturbing the humanity right now. So virus in computer system, whenever you will search on the Google, you will always type virus in computer system, because if you will just type virus, it will show you the definition of the virus, or related to human body, or which affects the human beings in terms of biological terms. But right now we are concerned about the computer virus. Keep in mind, that's why we are saying that we are just concerned about the computer virus, how computer virus works. The computer virus is a type of computer program. Keep in mind that it is coded in some language. It is coded in some kind of language that when executed when it is executed, replicates itself by modifying other programs and inserting its own code in those programs. What does it mean? If you see over here, there are a number of terms. One thing is it is a computer program. Number one, it would be written in some programming language. If you go and if you Google it, that what are the languages? The languages in which virus can be can be programmed. So you will find out those languages as well, that in C language it can be programmed, in JavaScript, in VB script, in even Python, in C++, in almost all the languages, but these are especially the languages in which we have got different tools available to control even hardware, to go and to make changes in the files. You will have to work at the lower level in the virus. So that's why the viruses are written in those languages which gives you more options. I'm not asking you to code. I'm just telling you that virus is a program. Number one thing. Number two thing, it is executed. When it is executed, it depends. When the virus will be executed, it depends. Sometimes the virus is executed at some specific time. For example, there is a virus, it will be executed when you will run any office file. When you will run any office file, just like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, Outlook, MS Access, whatever the tools are there in our Microsoft Office. So that particular virus will be activated. That is called a macro virus. Normally disturbs the office file. So sometime if there is a virus, for example, that will be executed on some particular date. Let's suppose, take an example, that cyber branch or some specific agents are there who prepare the viruses for their rival countries, for their enemies, and they send those viruses on their specific dates. The virus will be executed on a specific date. Just like, take example, that if someone sends a virus to any other country when their independence day is there and they are celebrating their national day, and on that particular day the virus will be executed and will disturb their government system and something like that. So it depends when it will be executed. Companies also prepare the viruses for their competitors when they are enjoying something or doing some specific celebration uh, of their anniversary or something like that. Then the virus will be executed. So it can be executed on some particular date as well, which is basically called the time bomb virus, which will be executed on some specific time. Some viruses are basically uh, activated at some specific occasion, event. So when it is okay, when the virus is executed on some occasion, number one, just like when the user will open the office file, it will be executed on some specific date and time. This is also possible. Or whenever the computer will start, it will be executed, it will halt, it will make the computer slow. So it depends that what kind of programming the virus designer has done over there. Replicates means it also copies itself. The virus will not be a perfect virus until it is not spreading. You have got OneDrive, the virus has come on your desktop, it will copy itself, it will go whenever you will click to your C drive, it will jump to your C drive. Does not mean it will itself jump. No, it will send the copy in the C drive. You will click, for example, program files, the copies will send into the program files folder. You will click any other folder, the copy will be sent in that folder as well. Wherever any folder you are opening, it is sending the copy of that particular virus in those all folders, all files. Wherever you are opening those folders, it is going in C drive, D drive. Wherever you are working, it is sending its copies. This is called replication. Replication is clear to all of you now? What is meant by the replication? Replication means it replicates, it makes copies of itself to spread around in their computer system, to go in different drives, in different folders and subfolders and directories, to disturb different kind of files. Now it depends what kind of disturbance it is making in your system. And those disturbance will be related to these all activities that we have seen over here. What are the signs? For example, either it will disturb, it will make your PC slow, it will going to corrupt some files will be corrupted, it will going to delete, destroy some files, change the icon, change the extension of the files. What kind of activity is there that is going to perform? It depends on its working, that how it has been programmed. Replicates itself by modifying other programs. This is important thing, modifying other program. Definitely it is not only copying itself in some different areas of the disk, but also it is trying to make the destruction. What kind of destruction is there that a virus can make? What, for what purpose you have made the virus? Either it will destroy the database files, or it will destroy the image files, or it will disturb the office files, or it will slow down your system, or it will corrupt your windows so that your work will be stuck, you will be in problem. What kind of job is assigned to the virus, that particular job will be done. So modifying other programs depends what kind of job has been assigned to it, so it will do it accordingly. Sometimes the virus has got multiple jobs, inserting its own code. So how it is going to change that thing, how it is going to make the extension of PowerPoint into .exe in my PowerPoint file. If my PowerPoint file is converted to .exe, how it has done? By inserting its code, by inserting its own code. Definitely the program which is written inside the virus is not only a program, it is a program to change the things on a computer system where the attack has been made. So this thing is very important. When this replication succeeds, the affected areas are then said to be infected. What do we call it? We call infected. Infected file, infected drive, infected folder, infected program, infected software. Sometimes you see that you have got some different software setups in your computer system. Take one example. Let's suppose if I have got some different, software on my computer system, and I go to there and I see that those softwares are not working right now, for example, and they have been corrupted. Okay. So what does it show? It shows that these are infected. From a long time, if I did not open them and due to some reason, some changes have been done in those software setups that I have got in my drive. That's why we say that we should always store such things in the DVDs, because DVD, if the DVD is read only, definitely the virus cannot enter in that DVD. Why? It can enter at the time of burning DVD, but if DVD has been written in some safe environment and you have written the software in that DVD, then definitely if you are using that DVD, so after a long time, if you use that DVD, the virus will not be there. The software will be in its proper condition, and it will not be, the software will not be infected at all. So these all terminologies, these are called key terms. These all are basically the key terms that we have used. Computer virus is basically a computer program that, when executed, replicates itself by modifying other programs, inserting its own code. When the replication succeeds, it affects areas on the drive or folder on files, and those affected areas are called infected with the virus attack. I hope that all these things are clear to all of you up to here. Now, if you go to Google and find out damages, common damages done by a virus attack, or we can write that list of common damages. So you will be able to find out that what kind of destructions are there, as we have discussed in the symbols, signs of virus attack. So being computer science student, you should be a researcher. You should always think about the different things, that what kind of you know what kind of terminology, even new terminology, if you listen, you should google it, and you should find out that what it is and what it does. So these all, if you go there, you will find hundreds and thousands of list of the different viruses from the history, and when it was introduced, and when they were created, and what kind of problem they had created. So these all are the viruses names, you can see, just like, see over here. This was a virus with this name. It was when I was still, I remember when I was student, and in 2000 it was initiated, one of the major cyber attacks. It was a large cyber attack in US, and this virus had made a lot of destruction by destroying different kind of data particular, and it was received through the email to the user. At that time the technology was not that much advanced. When the user used to click on the email, the virus used to enter the computer system. So at that time it became very famous. There was a great news in the papers that this is a virus, and afterwards they became able to find out the solution as well. So what it used to do, the program that overwrote any computer files with common extensions such as .doc, .mp3, adding insult or injury, something like that, then send the pernicious email to 50 of the victim's contacts. Then, even when the email has come to your account, it sends to further accounts from your email. Just like in your contact list, whatever the emails are there, it used to send it them as well. So nowadays we have got better options to make our system secure. So you will find out uh, this was a famous one. Similarly, if you remember Y2K was a famous problem in the computer system. Similarly, you can see over here, these are different names, red code and bottom line. So whenever a famous virus comes, they also give the name so that people can understand its harmfulness, its attack type, and what kind of problems are there with it. So this is a quality of the the Western world, that they always give the name to any problem, whether it is a virus, whether it is something else. Just like you would have listened that whenever there is any kind of earthquake, or even some kind of natural disaster is there, they always give a name, just like flood or something like that. Now come towards the worm. Worm is also, basically it is also a virus, but since we are studying accordingly, which are given in our book, these are the types which are given in our book. So we are studying accordingly. Worm is basically a malicious software, malware of course, which makes rapid replication, rapidly copies itself. Worm. Again, if you see over here, the worm is basically a term, bioterm. But why they have taken this term in computer science? Because worm is a malware which copies itself. So definitely in bio as well, the worm is an insect which makes a number of insects by making, uh, by breeding their generation. So over here, they have given the worm name because it makes replications and spreads to any device within the network. Over the network, it is spread very fast. Unlike viruses, worms do not need host program to disseminate. What does it mean? Host program, whatever program you are using, it will not be disseminate, means it will not be having any sort of problem or broken into some kind of other thing. Even then they will be able to have a copy. Sometimes these are not that much harmful, keep in mind. Worm is not that much harmful, but when it makes quick copies, rapid copies, what happens, it fills the hard drive. This is the very important thing about the worms. Unlike viruses, worms do not need host programs to disseminate. A worm infects a device via a downloaded file or a network connection before it multiplies and disperses at an exponential rate. This is very important. It is dispersed at an exponential rate. Means in seconds it is going to make hundreds and thousands of copies of itself by filling the drive. Like viruses, worms can severely disrupt the operations of the devices and cause data loss. So, if you go and find out about the define worm, you will see some different articles about the worm. That worm replicates itself, and whenever it replicates, it is basically going to make copies on different websites. You will have the same kind of definitions. Spreading and making copies, replication is basically the key terminology. And it fills the hard drive. It is going to fill the hard drive, and at the end of the day, you will see that your computer system is not working because of the unwanted data filled in your hard drive, and of course, you are going to have a number of problems with it. Now, if you go to the, I think you are clear about the worm and the virus. Worm is also a virus, type of virus. It is a malware. Virus is also malware. But the quality of worm is that it makes copies at exponential rate. It makes its copies. Now, if you come to the next point, it is basically Trojan horse. What does it mean, Trojan horse? Trojan horse is basically also a virus. It is called Trojan virus or also called Trojan horse. Okay, both the terminologies are used. If you will go and if you will search on the Google, you will be able to find that Trojan horse or Trojan virus, both are the terminologies which are used to define it. Trojans horses or Trojan viruses are designed as helpful software programs. Whenever you will find out some good application, beautiful application, attractive application like a game, you are working, you are surfing on the internet, and suddenly you see that you are given one option to free download one game, and it is looking very good, very beautiful, free of cost, having multiple options in it, very much entertaining, and you consider that it is very useful thing. I am just giving you the example of game. Otherwise it may be anything related to your interest, because in your Google, in your Gmail ID, in your YouTube, they become able to identify your taste, that what kind of thing is there that you like. You would have listened, you would have noticed this thing, that whenever you are surfing, they show you same kind of ad, whatever you search on the internet. Just like I search on the internet about the network terminologies, hardware, and something like that. So they always give me different, forums which are related to computer education. They also give me these things as well. So Trojan horse will Trojan horse. Okay, this is basically, so Trojan horse basically will look like a very, this is basically the symbol. You can see that Trojan horse. So it will be basically Trojan horse will look like a very, good thing, something something which is very much interesting. Okay, but when you will use it, then you will come to know that it is basically a virus which has entered into your system because you clicked on that download button and you became able to download it. Okay, so the Trojan virus can gain access to the sensitive data. Why? Because you yourself you have installed it in your system with your own will. Then modify, block, or delete data. This can be extremely harmful to the performance of the device. Unlike normal viruses and worms, Trojan horses are not designed to self-replicate. Trojan horse is like a program. At the back end, it will be doing its work. At the back end. What does it mean? You found one good game on computer system. Let's suppose I say that free download computer game. Let's suppose you were searching something and you got some good option to find out, but the website was not authentic and you downloaded some program that was looking good, but afterwards you became able to know that whenever you are running that particular application that you have downloaded, then you come to know that behind the scene the virus is working and the virus is destroying those particular files which are important for you. It is disturbing those particular files, as we have mentioned over here, that it can modify, block, or even delete data. It can make it corrupt. When the data will be corrupt, of course, the data is very important thing for any organization. So it will work behind the scene. Apparently, it will look like a very good thing, very much interesting thing. But when you are running it, it will work behind. Your system will be slow. You are going to have problems. But one of the most important things is that it is not going to replicate itself. Normally, it does not replicate itself. Whenever it is run, it works behind the scene and it works for the destruction of the data. So we have gone through the virus, its definition, worm, and Trojan horse. So we can see that there are a number of examples even if you go to the internet and find out the Trojan horse example. So you will be able to Trojan horse virus example. So you will be able to see that in which year, when it was introduced, and what kind of virus is this. So you will have some specific names as well for different kind of Trojan horses, but these are not in syllabus. I'm just telling you for your knowledge. I hope all these things are clear up to here. If you have got any question, kindly ask me. Anything that you would like to ask, please. What should I consider that all these things are clear to all of you? Anything? Good. All things are clear to all of you. What you have to do, you have to go through all this material. Inshallah, in the next class, we will first discuss. We will first discuss the things that whatever we have studied, and then we will move ahead. And I would like to listen from all the students. Thank you so much.